Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Ritual Flow. For today's reading, we're doing a monthly reading for December 2023 for the sign of Pisces. So if you're a Pisces sun, moon, rising, or any other placement you're feeling called to take a look at, then these messages are for you. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Not everything is going to fit with everyone. If something is not matching your energy, don't try to force it. This is a timeless reading as well. So if you are seeing this at some time beyond December 2023, then that is a good indication that now was a more aligned time for you to be receiving this. Yeah. All right, let's get into it and see what is going on for you, Pisces. Six of Cups. The Hermit. Well, I always find it interesting how when I do the signs that are like have the same ruler, like similar sort of energy comes out. Okay. Let me get one more, please. Okay, that's a pretty good one more. All right, and we've got the Page of Wands underneath. So right now, Pisces, you are basically in this period of reflecting, starting out the beginning of the month, particularly reflecting on some events from your past. We'll get into that a little bit more when we clarify what that may be about. But it's a sort of like nostalgic energy, maybe like looking towards a time that was better, like thinking of it fondly and maybe being a little bummed, a little jaded, a little disappointed that that's maybe not what you're experiencing right now, because you are struggling with a sense of like happiness and emotional fulfillment. Like you're not doing so well in that department right now when you really go within and take a look at that. And that sort of makes sense. You're looking at this past of like six cups, and for some reason that hasn't become 10 cups, and that feels like a disappointment of some kind to you. And there is some sort of decision here to be made, some sort of planning and progress for the future. This could involve some sort of partnership potentially. We'll see about that, but ultimately, you're feeling inspired in some way by what you're seeing, by the opportunities that may be presenting themselves here, and you'll be feeling a little more content, a little happier, a little more like on the right track towards like the fulfillment and the success that you want to see by the end of the month. There is it feels like an opportunity to have some sort of a fresh start, like almost like a childlike experience of like exploring a new land. And this has to do with like elevating yourself, like in an emotional sense, really. Exploring a new emotional like territory, like a place of emotional fulfillment that you've never been to previous in your life is like an opportunity for you. It's like you were hoping to turn this past situation in like the 6 of Cups into a 10, and it didn't work out. But it's like you see a pathway, like in abandoning that 6 of Cups and like moving towards something else. Like you see a new opportunity more clearly to like actually like achieve that level of happiness that you envisioned for yourself. Okay. Let's start by clarifying the 6 of Cups. Get a little more detail on that. Well, something about your past isn't necessarily like happy. In fact, it feels very heavy. Wow. So I don't know if whoever is like subscribed here has like both Sagittarius and Pisces placements, like dual rulership with Jupiter, but like this is like eerily similar. It's like you're thinking this month about a time like in the past where like you felt like you had like a lot of love. You felt like there was this like mutual sense of like cooperation and like exchange between people. But something about that was an illusion. It wasn't real. And that stems from it's like you approach this love with like money, with like a material offer of like resources, when it's like you should have brought a cup, or someone like approached this connection of cooperation, like putting their hand out and like to be filled with like material resources, like as an expectation. And something about this like line of thinking, this illusion that was created where things were like more materially based than like feeling based, or it's like something about the feeling was like a construct. That sounds weird. It's like you took on more of the burden in this connection and like weren't receiving the emotional connection, the emotional exchange, the emotional reward for taking on that burden. Instead, like what you got was a bunch of stress, anxiety, worry, fear, even like also specifically I'm getting the impression that like you could be like living in a state of depression because of this situation, of like feeling like all of the weight of this is on your shoulders to like fill this person's hands, when it's like what have they given to you? It feels like what they've given to you is like memories of promises. Like they promised to fill all of these cups with like love, like almost like you came into this connection with like 6 cups of your own, which is like, that's another sign of like more than half of 10, by the way, like taking on like more of the responsibility, more of the burden. And that would all be well and good if this person, instead of like holding their hand out for like a material gift, was like actually filling these cups with love instead of like, I don't know, like weird squiggly bullshit. Like, yeah, just like not, it feels like false promises that like someone didn't uphold their end of this like mutual connection, and you're sort of like reflecting on that now, considering like, how much weight, how much stress you're carrying as a result of this, and how they're not alleviating any of that stress, any of that burden like they claimed that they would. They're not like filling, they're not like replenishing. That reminds me of that like that video meme of like like I heard it, like it's like the son is over at his parents' house, and they're like Jewish, and they like call their like one of their other relatives, and they're like, what if anyone has like taught you anything, it's like, what is it? And they're like, you've got to replenish. Like you've got to replenish. Like they're talking about like if you take a soda out of the refrigerator, like putting another one in there so that it gets cold and there's like soda for like other people later. But it's like, that was like a spirit's like funny sometimes about how it like wants to convey messages, but it's like, that's the message. It's like, you have to you got to replenish. Like you can't like this person can't just like come take all of your sodas out of the fridge and not put some back, because then it's like, then there's not any there for you, first of all, but then there's also not any more there for them either. And that's like, it feels like a concept that they kind of like didn't understand. It's like, it's almost this energy that like they just like expected you to like carry this burden, like this full effort, like endlessly. And it's like they were just going to take all of the sodas out of the fridge and expected you to like make money to buy the sodas, to like go to the store and buy the sodas, and when they drink one, to also like put it in the fridge for them so that there's another one there for them to take. And like, it's like, that's not mutual, that's not cooperative, that's not what was promised when this like came together. So let's look at the Hermit. Okay, perfect. 3 cards. Okay, that seems to want to come out, so we'll take it. Okay, so okay, huh. That's interesting. So that energy of like this other person just like taking and taking and taking, and expecting you to like do all the work, put all of the energy, all of the effort in, so that they can just like receive, I guess, is like really how that feels. You're like, at the beginning of this month, it's like you're reflecting on this situation, on that dynamic, and like considering making a radical change in your life. Like setting that burden down and being like, you know what? Like, if you want to drink all the sodas in the fridge, like you go buy some and you put some more in there. Or like, even if I like buy them still, like go into the pantry, get some out, and like put them in the damn refrigerator. You've got to replenish. I just keep hearing that. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you've got to replenish. Like this, I didn't really think about it before. Like this looks like some kind of little like healing chamber. This person's like levitating in these like stone protrusions, and there's all this like healing light around them. They're in the replenishment chamber. Anyway, so yeah, it's like you're contemplating making this major like life change, like setting this burden down, like setting a boundary with this person, and like moving on. I'm getting this like they may be depending on your situation, they may take like a few different like avenues. They may like be like dramatic about it, like, oh my gosh, like how could you? I can't believe that you would like leave me in this state, like leave me like this. It's like, what? Like do something, like anything for yourself, and like quit expecting me to do it all. They're like, oh no, you like trampled me. Well, no, it's like you just like you didn't even like bother to do anything as much as like stepping out of the way when I was like coming through. Um, or they could take this begging, pleading sort of energy, like, oh please, like I'll do something different. I'll do something better like this time. But again, it's like they're making the same promises. Like you recognize, you notice they're making the same promises that they made before in the first place that got you into this situation. And it's like, are they all of a sudden going to change? And it feels like maybe that's not like the first time that they've like made promises, that they've said that they would like do something different, that like they would like live up to those initial promises, and that you've like continually seen that they don't, so that any sort of like coming with that energy is like automatically distrusted. And there's also this option that they could just be like indifferent, like ambivalent about it, like try to like act like they don't care, but it's like really inside they're panicking, like, what am I gonna do if I'm like losing this person as a resource for like living this kind of life that I want to live. But it's like in all of those scenarios, this person is being selfish. They're not interested in fulfilling these promises and filling your cup up. They're not interested in replenishment. They're interested in like stopping you from moving on so that you will continue to carry this burden and this stress for them so that they don't have to. And so you're contemplating like leaving that shit behind. Like no longer giving to someone. I swear this is like, it's like the same cards, like but different decks, but like in similar places as like the other Jupiter ruled reading. So there's this energy of like wanting to like move on from this, like not participate in this dynamic anymore, like explore something new, something that feels more nurturing, more loving, something that replenishes you, that fills you up, that where you can like build a solid foundation that feels like peaceful, mutual, cooperative, like teamwork, rather than like you managing to like see that everything's taken care of. Like it's like you want someone that feels like a partner instead of like a dependent, like a burden in some kind. Like it's like when you look at that cup, you want something to be there, and it's like there's an opportunity for like something magical to be there. Something that feels very like warm and comforting, that allows you to feel abundant and not just like in like what you can provide physically, but like abundant with like feeling, with like happiness, with because like that's that's what's missing. That's what you want. Like you want to feel happy, like you want to feel cared for, instead of like you're the only one that's doing all of the caring. Okay, let's look at the Ten of Cups. Whoa. Okay. Wow, that's crazy. They're all face down. So I'm seeing the Six of Swords at the bottom. It feels like having trouble like moving on from this situation for some reason. Yeah, I mean there's having trouble like closing out this cycle. Hmm. Having trouble setting a boundary, taking control, having trouble like pursuing this emotional fulfillment that you seek. Like that's what you dream of, that's what you wish for, is like feeling happiness, feeling content, like in like a partnership. You're struggling with like not abandoning yourself is where this comes in. Like this, like carrying this like sticks around, like sitting up, like laying awake at night, worrying about this situation, carrying all the stress, carrying all the burden, so someone else like doesn't have to share in it like whatsoever, and is like actually like being quite like frivolous and like irresponsible even is a word that's like coming through. You know, I couldn't imagine specifically like what this person is doing, but the energy underlying this is that like you're sacrificing yourself and your own happiness so that like basically so this person can like have everything they ever wanted, but it's like you're the one that's like working so hard for that. And it's like that's fine if you like want to be able to provide another person with everything they've ever wanted, but don't you think that you should also be able to provide yourself or like receive in exchange everything you ever wanted too? Like that's what would be fair. And it's like there's an issue right now with you like standing up and claiming like this isn't fair. I'm not happy. I'm giving all this, I'm doing all this, and like what do I get in return? Like not this. Like I'm like I had something else in mind, and that's what you promised me, and that's like not what I'm receiving. It's like this energy of like I'm giving everything that I promised and you're not. So like what are we going to do about this? Like what are we going to decide about this? Let's look at the Two of Wands. King of Swords. Yeah, there's some sort of truth, some sort of clarity coming in here as a result of this. Wow. As a result of this like introspection period that you're going through. And there's like another reiteration of that, like thinking about this, mulling this over, seeing the truth, and utilizing your authority as this like provider energy, like this one who's like in charge and control, like bearing all of this burden, like using your power to like make the decision that's best for you in this moment, that like allows you to move forward and actually receive this like emotional fulfillment, this like happiness that you desire, this peace that you desire, because like you're not getting it now, or you haven't been. Like you're having to decide to pursue it, to go after it. And with the King of Swords here, you know, I don't know what your situation is necessarily with this person who's like not like pulling their end of the weight, but like regardless of whether you're like legally married to them or not, like this is a card of like divorcing, like severing that energy, whether it like actually has to happen in a legal sense or not, or whether you can just be like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore, and like leave. Regardless of how that looks for you, like that's the energy, like cutting it off, moving on, finding your happiness. Like that's the decision. It's like that's the plan for the future, that like is the solution to like you sacrificing yourself and your happiness. And like, you know what you get? Happiness. Let's clarify the sun though. See a little more detail about what that might look like. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. Yeah, it might look like having a brand new beginning, jumping into the unknown. It's like, you know, I don't know how long, like how much of a history you have with this person, how long you've been sacrificing yourself and your own happiness, but it's like, and it might be quite scary to consider like leaving all that behind. Like it's going to be quite painful too, but it's a blessing in disguise to do that. It's like it may feel like the end of the world to like take a leap of faith into like don't know what you're jumping into, like what awaits for you, if you're even ever going to find this emotional fulfillment that's lacking from this previous scenario. But like it's a blessing in disguise. And look what was under the Ten of Swords, the Two of Cups. Like there is a loving, like mutual partnership that's actually real, like someone that like upholds their end of the bargain, like their promises, when you like overcome this challenge of like freeing yourself from this cycle of like over giving and not receiving anything in return. And it's like there's a new opportunity for like you to take your love, like take your offering to someone who's going to like give this like nurturing, stable, like grounded energy that you're looking at, that you were thinking about. Like the Queen of Pentacles is similar in so many ways to the Empress. And it's so interesting, the Knight of Cups here, it's like you were thinking about this like new emotional like opportunity, and you're like, okay, like I'm gonna go like offer it to someone, is like the decision that's coming through here. And this is something that is different in this scenario, where like you actually like feel happy, things feel like balanced and mutual, like peaceful. It's because instead of just like offering resources and like expecting everything else to just like show up, it's like you're actually offering like feelings and love, and any resources that you offer this person, it's like they're coming with an energy of like nurturing them, like appreciating them, and like giving back. It's almost like this garden of it's like whatever you give this person, it's like it grows in magnitude. It's like an exponential growth, instead of like this like black hole of like taking. Okay. That's interesting. I don't even the stuff was just coming out. I'm not even sure what all I just said right there. Okay. Let's maybe it'll come up again if it's important. Let's pull a couple oracle cards to close it out. This looks like I'm very happy for you in this scenario to be like getting yourself like out of a situation where you're like being taken advantage of, and and like opening up to a new opportunity that's like going to give back to you, that's going to replenish. So yeah, there definitely needs to be some like healing, some repairing here on your part, because like this person from the past, from the current situation or what have you, has not been replenishing. Like, you need this opportunity to like restore yourself. Like, I'm hearing to your former glory. Restore yourself, like restore your finances, like body, mind, and spirit, like in a physical sense, in a mental sense, in a spiritual sense, like complete healing from this situation where you've been giving too much, carrying too much, bearing too much of the burden. And it's like, I'm getting this something is, there's like messages that are coming through sometimes, like when you reflect, like sort of like signs, signals, that confirm that help you make this decision, some sort of like confirmation that like you're like that, like, yes, this previous situation is like empty, it's devoid. No, they're never going to fill these promises. Like, their promises to like make good on the promises that they haven't kept all this time are like void and empty too. um it's like this is giving an energy of like a karmic lesson that you're learning in in honoring yourself. And like, when you choose to honor yourself and like remove yourself, like step onto the other side of the wall, like overcome this obstacle of like getting past this situation that you've gotten yourself in, like removing yourself from this situation of like sacrifice, and like it's not really like an energy of like demanding, but like requiring that you be like respected and like rewarded, like honored in your generosity. Like, once you get past that obstacle and are like releasing this that like doesn't serve you, it's like you're going to be rewarded with what it is that you were trying to achieve in the first place. Yeah, you're moving out of stagnation. There may be like this time, this period, this month in December of like things getting stirred up really heavily in your environment, but it's like things have been really stagnant. Like, you've been bearing this burden, and like I feel like more like silently, and like not complaining, but like suffering in silence, like suffering inside. And something about like that energy that's been swirling within you is like coming out, like making itself more external, like stirring up your life to like create change for you. And when the dust settles, like, it's like you're left with this opportunity that is what you wanted. It's like you're in this like healing chamber for the month of December. And on the other side of it, you're going to be like existing in this this like elevated space. You'll feel more content, more secure, more loved, more healed, wherever this path is taking you. Okay. So, if this reading resonated with you, give it a like, comment down below, share it with someone, subscribe to the channel if you have not already subscribed. Thank you for letting me read for you today. If you are interested in booking a personal reading, you can find out how to do that in the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you next time, Pisces. Bye.